Hi, welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while. I'm glad to be back. We're gonna do a collective reading for you guys. There are a few things that came in. Well, one thing in particular that came in really strong, which is a romantic connection. But I am gonna kind of stray from that just a little bit. Your body needs fuel. And I'm not just talking food. Your body needs fuel in terms of movement and rest. Rest has been coming up a lot in my readings on my other channel. So I think this is just a collective thing, but your body needs fuel, and not just food. I'm hearing like revitalization. Your body needs to be revitalized, and the only way for that to happen, sleep. Yes. If you haven't been getting a lot of sleep, your spirit guides are urging you to get a sleep schedule. If your sleep schedule is off, to do your best to get it back on track. If you have a hard time staying asleep, there's sounds that you can listen to, music you can listen to, maybe white noise. I think that's what's coming through, white noise. If you're a weed consumer, cleanse your lungs. You guys need to detox. There's a detox that needs to happen. Right, okay. That's actually going back to the revitalization portion. So you need to detox either a specific part of your body or your entire body to get revitalized. Now, let's move over here. There's a swing. There we go. There's something that's back and forth, like a swing. And instead of gaining or losing momentum, it keeps the same momentum without anyone pushing it. Almost like a poltergeist. A poltergeist. Okay. This was supposed to be about a love connection. Okay. Hold on. I'm starting to get spooked. This is supposed to be about a love connection. So the way I can connect a poltergeist to a love connection is that there is something keeping you and somebody else tied together. I want to say tethered. Ooh, okay. This is gonna sound insane. Somebody's gonna have a paranormal experience, and somehow it's going to be connected to you. I'm having this memory now of somebody I used to know who told me a story about how he was alone and he felt someone or something punch him in the back of the head, but there was nobody there. He said he felt like an actual like punch, like a bah. That story is coming to mind now since I said poltergeist. But I'm getting someone's gonna have a paranormal experience and they're gonna connect it to you. Somehow, this person's gonna think of you. Ooh, so your spirit guides are coming in strong, because I'm getting here that whoever this is that experiences this understands, even if they don't believe, even if they're not a believer, when this happens to them, they're gonna make the connection to you. So this person knows for a fact that they did you so like dirty on a soul level. Not just like, oh, they stole $20 from you, which is bad, right? But this person did damage on a soul level. And when I say damage, what I really mean is molding. You were molded by experiencing this person because of the imprint they left on your soul. And it was a very negative experience emotionally, but it did mold you. So it's this weird thing where it's like you're protected in that you didn't go into psychosis from dealing with this person. And this person is also getting their just dues spiritually because of what they did to you. Okay. I hope this resonates for somebody out there. There is money coming out of this. And it's split, right? There's two groups of you. One, somebody did you wrong and foul, all types of craziness, and you win a settlement, or you get the inheritance or something. There's a direct, like, okay, like, here's the money. And then others of you, it's on an energetic level. There's some sort of pain that's being transformed and transmuted into money. So whatever this person did to you, however much they hurt you for however long, the end result of that is actually you getting a good chunk of money. Whether it's that energy alchemized on a spiritual level and it manifests into, you know, you getting money, or it's an actual direct link that you're actually given money or you settle with somebody. in or out of court. Okay, let's move to this spread and get it out of the way. So we have the Empress, the Ten of Swords, the Emperor, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. There's someone that you could have considered a soulmate. Someone you have a very deep soul tie with. And it was toxic. And it was painful. And it was dark. Your connection with this person was immature. Now, you both could be mature people, but the connection itself was immature, which tells me that there are things that the both of you brought out of each other that were underdeveloped. So if you are an overgiver, that part of you, whatever the source is for you overgiving or being people pleasing, was underdeveloped. So that needed to be brought to the surface so that you could deal with it and handle it. But if you handled it, I do think, not if, but in you handling it, it was very subconscious. Same thing for this person. If they were an undergiver, just a taker. If they were a taker, like to the up degree, then that part of them was underdeveloped. And whatever the source was for them being such a taker needed to be molded for some balance between the two of you. So you guys actually learned extremely deep spiritual lessons. This was a very deep spiritual lesson. It's like your spiritual code. It's almost like there was like a, I'm imagining it as like a bug in a computer that has to be fixed. And that's what you guys were for each other. It's like you guys were misaligned in the 3D, but you were aligned for your lessons. Ooh, okay. So what I'm getting here, because in my mind I'm like, okay, if this was such a toxic experience, then why is the Empress upright and why is the Emperor upright? I'm seeing that in you guys learning these lessons from each other, you both develop into these great people, but not for each other. So let's say, for instance, you're the feminine in the situation. Both of you were the Page of Pentacles, having a lot to learn. But you as the feminine, after this experience, develop into an Empress. And this other person develops into the Emperor. But not for you two to be together, but for you to be that elsewhere. To grow roots elsewhere. To be earnest and humble elsewhere. With the Knight of Swords, I'm seeing here that there was a lot of overthinking, and that's what the both of you needed to stop doing. It's to stop being in your head and actually attack your problems head on. Instead of assuming what somebody felt or assuming what somebody meant or assuming that somebody wanted to hurt you, actually facing your issues head on. And choosing to be uncomfortable if it means being healthy. Interesting. Okay. So I'm getting something here. Interesting. Somebody blames you for issues in their love life. Who is this? Somebody's blaming you for issues in their love life or in their relationship. I'm getting two sides of the same coin. I'm getting somebody blaming you because they think that you're distracting their partner, that their partner wants you, or something having to do with their partner and insecurity there. And then another person's blaming you because they feel like their experience with you has tarnished how they view romance and relationships now. Okay. I am seeing here though that you are getting projected on a lot. Because people are blaming you for things that are happening in their lives without acknowledging their part in it. Like, it's easier for people to point the finger at you rather than to look at the entire picture, because the entire picture includes them as well. So for instance, I'll give you an example. Let's say with this example that I just gave you, let's say it's somebody who feels like their partner is interested in you, whatever, and they're mad at you for that. Instead of hyper focusing on their partner and the fact that they're even accepting a situation where maybe they've been made to feel insecure, or maybe they've been, they have a reason not to trust this person or something like that. Instead of looking at that in terms of how they have a choice of whether to deal with this person or not, or to accept their foolishness, or to accept the fact that they're making them insecure, instead of accepting the fact that they don't even have to engage in any of this, it's just easier for them to point at you as the bad person. because of whatever they assume, or maybe something they've seen. I don't know. I'm hearing a text message now, but the first thing I heard was maybe somebody was looking at your pictures, right? Or maybe somebody said your name accidentally. Something like that, where it's a huge no-no. But instead of focusing on their partner, it's easier for them to focus on you as the enemy. Or instead of focusing on themselves and how much they've allowed to occur with this person, the person is always outside. The problem is always outside of the relationship to them. That's an example. So everyone's situation is going to be different. But I'm getting here that you've been dealing like with this a lot, where it's easier for people to focus and hone in on you and your wrongdoings, flaws, shortcomings, whatever, than it is to look at themselves. But what I'm seeing here, is that you don't really care. And honestly, a lot of that has to do with the fact that you've been shielded and protected from a lot of things that you don't even know about. Conversations you don't know about. Looks you don't know about, in terms of people looking at you a certain way. You know, there's just things that your spirit guides have protected you from that would potentially hurt your feelings. And I mean, hey, I see you're chilling. These things are in the past to you. And it's like, no matter how much anyone tries to tell you who you are, they can't anymore, because you know who you are. No matter how much anyone tries to put a label on you, it's like, okay, because you know that however anyone sees you doesn't make it truth, doesn't make it reality. And here's the thing, people don't understand how you're able to change as much as you do. People don't understand how you can go from being so jovial to cold as ice. People don't understand how the version of you that they knew 2 years ago isn't the same person speaking to them now. And I guess what people would consider it is inconsistent. People would consider it an inconsistency, because they don't have a pulse on you. They don't know what to expect from you. So you have to be the problem, right? Because you're the one who keeps changing. It's not them. You're the only one changing. So you're the problem, because nothing's changed with them. But you see, they don't understand that growth is necessary. And development is necessary. So it doesn't make you a problem. It's just your path. You see, you're somebody where if you do something, it's the worst thing in the world. But if somebody else does it, it's a pass. But it's just because it's you. And I don't know what it is about you that bothers other people outside of the fact that you can shift at the drop of a hat. Oh, it takes away that sense of safety in knowing who you are and being able to predict your moves, in knowing what they can get away with. So that's the thing. If somebody does something to you once and you forgive them for it, they assume that they can do it again, and you guys will just go back to how you were. And that nothing will change. But then they feel like they have the rug pulled from underneath them when you do change. When you stop answering the phone. When you stop speaking to them when you see them. When you stop being all smiles. Because then they feel duped. Because then it was like, okay, where was this person the first time I did it? But not wanting to acknowledge that now they're doing something again that they shouldn't be doing or is cruel to do. Instead of acknowledging that they keep hurting you, what they would rather do is be like, well, this wasn't here before. Well, you switched up. Well, how could you do that? I'm hearing hold the bag. You left somebody to carry the bag. What bag is that? I don't know. It's like a bag of trauma, a bag of regret, a bag of negligence, a bag of resentment. You left somebody to hold all of their feelings by themselves. You left it there for them to deal with. And they hate you for that. They hate the fact that you don't want to talk. They hate the fact that they can't manipulate you anymore. They hate that they can't tap into that soft spot that you have for them. But instead of looking at how they caused that separation or distance, it's so much easier for them to be like, well, this isn't the person that I met. They changed up. So obviously there's something wrong here. I couldn't do the same thing I did to them last time. What is that about? Okay. You're dealing with people who don't know how to take accountability. But honestly, I honestly think it's not that they... Well, it is that they don't know how. But in this instance, I feel specifically that it's... They really, truly, in their hearts, believe that there's nothing to be accountable for. Nothing. They didn't do anything wrong. It's all you. Now, I see that people, specifically actually this past connection that I picked up on earlier, people feel duped by you because of how quickly you move. It's almost like you're a sprinter. It's like you're there for a while. You're taking nonsense from them for a while, and then poof, you're gone. But it's like no take backsies. It's like you're gone. Nowhere to be found. People feel like that's phony. Because you know why they feel like it's phony? Because then they feel like they never really knew you. But that's the thing. They did know you. The version of them that you showed them, which is, you know, sweet, polite, you know, engaging, engaged, present, chatty. That is who you are. But then when they betray you, they still expect that version. And when they don't get it, then you must be phony. Instead of looking at themselves and being like, oh, okay, well, this is the version that I pulled out of them. It's like, oh, well, you were being fake this whole time. Were you even my friend? Were we even lovers? And it's like, yeah. Yeah, you were. But with action comes consequence. Action, reaction. And that's the cognitive dissonance people have with their connection to you. When you leave, people feel bamboozled. Like you abandoned them. So people feel abandoned by you and don't want to acknowledge why you left. That's interesting. I was getting something earlier about a shrine. This is going to be the last thing I say. I do feel like there's another message here, but it's love related, and I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I'm not really into love readings. I mean, if I'm called to go back there, I will. But earlier I was getting something about a shrine. You might have a shrine or like an altar. Water and candles. You need water and candles at your altar if you don't have it already. If you're not burning a candle yet, or you don't have any water sitting out for your spirit guides, they want that. I'm hearing fortress. You have to protect your home and you have to protect your space. There are people that want to invade your space because they no longer have access to your space. People are actively trying to figure out how to gain access to you. Ooh. I just dropped my black tourmaline. Hold on. So that must be the truth, hey? People are actively thinking of ways to get access to you. So there's a need to call on your spirit team, to call on your ancestors, to lay out some offerings, some fruits or some food, water, candle at your altar if you have one. The way my black tourmaline dropped, that's ASAP. Oh my gosh. That's ASAP. You gotta do that like now. A lot of people want access to you. At least 5. These are people that you might have thought don't even think about you anymore in the past, and like they're not even on your radar anymore. You need to call on your spirit team to keep these people away from you, because all they want to do is drain you. And I don't think they would put it that way. But whatever your connection is with these people, it's draining. And you cannot be drained right now. There's too much on the line for you. You've gone through too much. You've done too much work. You've done too much healing to go back to people who just take from you, energetically speaking. Yeah, I decided I don't want to go back to this love message over here. Since I did give you a love message in the beginning anyway. So I'm really glad to be back, and I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Hope it resonated for y'all. And until next time, take care of yourselves, okay? Drink some water. Bye.